Okay, Assalamualaikum and good evening to my friends. So we are from LAX2017, Tech okay, Group 19. My name is Haris Imran bin Imran. I'm from Faculty of Food Science and Technology, and my metric number is 198666. And also, I'm taking a Bachelor of Food Studies.
So the next person introduces, which is me lah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hi everyone. My name is Nathaniel Steven. You can call me Nathan. And I'm in my third year now doing economics from the Faculty of Economics.
Hello everyone, my name is Nurul Hidayah Mohamed Johar. My metric number is 198936. I am from Faculty of Human Ecology, taking human development for my second year.
Hi everyone, my name is Noah Ashraf bin Samsudin and my metric number is 198007 and I'm from Faculty of Modern Language and Communication, third year. And I'm taking Bachelor of Foreign Language French.
Okay, right now we're going to share our story. Then we have to pick two stories from what we share. Okay, so from my story, I picked Goldilocks with three bears. This story is about a little girl that wandering in the forest. Then she found a house in the deep forest. So when she found the house, she eagerly went to the house and saw some good interior in the house, which in the table that is full of food, and then all the bed are properly arranged, and all the arrangement in the house is completely good. Good. So she went to the table and eat all the food, and after she already uh, she already get enough food. Then she went to bed for sleep. After she went for bed, the three bears come home and saw a little girl sleeping on their bed. Then the girl suddenly screamed and just jumped out from the window of the house and ran to the deep forest. That's all from me.
Do we have to say why we chose the story and the moral of it also?
I think in terms of our
Yes.
story.
So at the end only after everyone explained the story lah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will go next. My story is the bundle of sticks. For the bundle of sticks, there was an old man who had three sons. Now these three sons, they are always fighting within each other and they do not work together at all for anything that the father tells them to do. So one day the father realized that before he passed away, he has to do something and teach his sons a lesson. So he brought them together and then he gave each of them a big bundle of sticks for each of them. And then he tells them to break the stick. And the sons tried for a long time, but they couldn't break the stick because it was too thick. And then he took one stick and gave to each of them and told them to break it. And then the sons could easily break the stick. So he told them the moral of the story is that when the sticks are together in a bundle, it's harder to break. But when they are single stick, they're easier to break, which he says it means for them. So if they work together, they can overcome many problems. But if they do everything alone, they can easily be divided and conquered by other people. That's for the story.
Interesting one.
Alright. Okay, I chooses folktales from one of Asian country, which is Vietnam. So my story is the star fruit tree. Story is about a family consists of father and two sons, the younger brother and the older brother. So one day the father fell sick and died. So before he died, he asked the older son to take care of his younger brother, and asked to give the younger brother half of the inheritance once the younger brother get married. But unfortunately, the older brother didn't keep his promise and just give a small rice paddy and farmland with old star fruit tree to the younger brother. But the younger brother also feel very grateful and live his life happily lah. So one day, when he want to harvest the star fruit tree, come a big flock of raven, and the younger brother begging to the big raven to not eat the tree because it is his source of income. So the big raven said to the younger brother, if you let me eat this star fruit tree, I will give you in return a gold. So the younger brother listened to the raven, the bird, and the raven keep his promise and brought the younger brother to the cave in the mountain that full of gold. And then the younger brother is so kind. He only take a small amount of gold, just enough for him and his wife. So and he came back and brought the gold to his wife, and they live his life happily. But the older brother, the bad one, feel jealous and forced the younger brother to tell him how can he became rich. So the younger brother told the story, and then the older brother also get his luck to meet the raven, and the raven brought the older brother, the bad one, to the mountain cave, and the older brother is the greedy one, so he bought so many gold in a pouch until it's so heavy to be carried. And when he fly with the raven to come back to his home for his wife, he fell down to the sea and sink into the bottom and died. So the wife of the older brother also she thought that his husband already run away with all that goals, and so he asked the raven to also brought him to the cave. And the wife of the older brother also is a greedy person, so he said to the big raven, this is my cave, you can just leave me here. But she didn't realize that in that cave only have gold. There's no food. There's no way she can survive. So he also died. And the younger brother keep finding his older brother and his wife, but never meet because they already died. So the younger brother lived just like uh just like nothing happened, and came back to the old farm and take care of the star fruit tree and never seen the big raven again. Okay, that's all.
It's interesting. Never heard that one before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Interesting share. And as for me, I would like to propose this story entitled Little Red Riding Hood. I think everyone have heard about the story, right?
yeah,
Yes.
Okay, let me go a little bit synopsis of it, and then we can go through together. This story revolves around a girl called Little Red Riding Hood, and it's about a little girl. She was assigned by her mother to give some food to
Excuse me, Ashraf,
her.
1 minute.
Yes.
But I think I saw in the rules that the camera has to be on, I think, unless there's some legit reason or something.
What camera?
Yeah, I think I saw in the rule that the camera must be on. If not, like it won't be counted or something like that.
Oh, but I already opened my camera.
Oh, I
You
couldn't see
can't see
just
me?
now. Okay, sorry. Yeah, just now I couldn't see. Sorry, continue then.
Okay. um. Okay. The story around a little girl. She was assigned by her mother to go to her grandmother's house in the wood, and her mother had ordered her to stay strictly on the path because in the jungle there's a big bad
I
wolf who
think
wants to eat the girl, and the big bad wolf secretly stalks the girl behind the trees, and he approached the little Red Riding Hood, and the little girl naively told everything to the wolf about her path to go to her grandmother's house, and the big bad wolf know the destination of the girl, and the big bad wolf went to the girl's grandmother's house, and at the girl's grandmother's house, the big bad wolf waits patiently for the little girl to come and to eat both of them. So in the story, there is a moral about we must not share everything about ourselves to strangers, and to avoid strangers. And this story is a quite old stories in the European culture. It's about in the 17th century from Italian tale. So that's all my sharing, my proposal for this. So next we are going to discuss, right, which tale is we are going to put in our next video.
See what's tough.
Um,
I think the simple story, from my opinion, I think the simple story and not more story, more value is from Nathan's story, lah, of course. Then, I think Hidayah's story also quite interesting because I never heard of that story.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
And Ashraf's story also is great because everyone know about Little Red Riding Hood, right?
true. But I think Hidaya's story not so suitable because got a lot of death in it. Since we are going to tell for small kids the story.
Yeah.
Just my opinion lah. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I choose this story because yeah, it's quite interesting. Like you all never heard of this story, right?
Yeah, never heard
It
before.
can trigger interesting up for the kids, and I also choose this story because of the strong message that people must work hard and be humble all the time. It can be brings influence, a good influence to the kids.
True also.
What about others?
I chose the story also because I think this is a good lesson we can teach the kids that they have to work together when they're doing something instead of always fighting. Because you know how young kids like to fight a lot for no reason. So I think this one like is good for kids also. That's why I chose this story. What about you guys?
Yeah, I think
it's quite interesting for me, and because it promotes moral values.
so. I think right now we can choose our two stories for our next discussion. So then we can explain inside our next video.
Oh, okay. I think I'm okay with Great Riding Hood because the value also is good for small children. I think that one.
Yeah. And the story is quite familiar and easy for us to recreate back, right?
Yeah, true also.
And it's understandable for 5 to 7 years old children. Quite easy to understand the story.
Agree.
Yes, the story is not too complicated for them.
Like the bundle of sticks story also.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So for
So which
the
one?
first
You want to
video,
choose?
so for first video, are we going with bundle of sticks or the Red Riding Hood?
I think for the first video we're going to we're going for Red Riding Hood. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Can?
So we'll see you guys in our next video. So that's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.